Hey Beth, would you like me to? Oh, I just scared Wendy. She went. um, would you like me to make it subscribers only and a certain amount of time this morning? Um, I know I'm all wind blown. The wind is blowing outside. I guess there's a storm that's coming through, if I read it right, coming this direction. I am not standing up so you can look at me. Anybody new here, please use the three uppercase Qs in order to get me to read your comments and comment on them or answer a question for you. Um, thank you, uh, Beth. I will do that for you. Um, there we go. So the wind's blowing, and I got up kind of early. It's cool here. It's 74 inside the house. It's like outside is 70 something. Uh, Maybe it's 69. And it was cool enough. Good morning, Iris. Um, it's cool enough outside that I've been out moving the asparagus bed. So it needs to be cool to move an asparagus bed, but it's not against the rules to move it in the summer. Sometimes it means you won't get any asparagus next year, but that's kind of okay. So the big thing is that you get the roots and that you move the plant with as much of the dirt where it's been living, which is exactly what I did. I wish I could show you, but you know how it is when I move my phone. Excuse me. When I move my phone, I don't know what's going to happen. I could completely lose the connection that we have. But that's what happens. So, guys, send me questions this morning. I'm going to stand up, run outside, and come back. I have not eaten anything. And I think I'm just going to do a snacky thing for breakfast with you all. If that bothers you, forgive me and don't look. And if it doesn't bother you, then cool. So, we'll talk about how I'm going back to a Bible based nutrition and diet because of what happened with me in this time of not having a car. Again, no, I still do not have my car. Um, and I'm not like dressed for company this morning, but y'all are friends. So if you see something, get over it. And I'll try not to keep it in a video. But if you were coming over, we're friendly enough that I would be dressed like this with you. I'm just saying that. Good morning, Leanna. I'm going to be right back. Take a look at the. Okay, all these little blue jars, in case you don't know, I don't really love having plastic around, but they're plastic because I got all of them for like $12 or something, 10 or $12. They're eventually going in the shower house. I didn't want to put them out there yet because I didn't know where the cats were going to hang out. You know, I've been having an ant problem. Let me go get something to eat. Come right back. So, okay. Yes, Mama's going to have. Oh, wait a minute. My leg's a little tired after all that work this morning. Mama's going to get goat milk cheese. I don't know if people can hear Mama talking. I'm going to get goat milk cheese, dates, because they're close. They might be able to hear me. And a thing of fish. Let's do this for a quick. I think I have water in the house. And I have a spoon, right? I have water and I have a spoon in here already. Okay, here we go. All right. You know what, Beth? Cobalt blue glass has always been my favorite as well. So I have, these came from my Walmart order that I got this past week. A couple, neighbor couple, the ones that gave me Whisker the cat, were going to Walmart and they said, we didn't know you weren't getting groceries. Place an Amazon order and we'll pick it up for you. We're going Thursday. So I did. This is one of the items I got. I wish I had bought more. They're probably close to $5 a bag. These particular ones are so good and they're big, huge. Now I ordered a bag off of Amazon that's out in my storage. Someday I'll show you that. Okay. These are just huge dates. Probably I shouldn't eat too many of them too often because, just because, right? Oh, how's the battery before we go too far? 63. We're okay on the battery. Anyways, so I got these, yummy, but I've been eating them with goat milk cheese that I also got in my Amazon order. And this goat milk cheese was the only one available at the store they were going to. They went to Taylor, not to Sholo. And so I had to get what was available. There is that Market Side or whatever it is brand that's a little cheaper. I do buy that when, because I don't have access to goat milk right now. Yeah, I've been thinking about it. I don't really want to have goats. And if I did, I would get little goats. Okay, but that's not on the docket right now. Let's not make me have to do that yet. But anyways, by the way, I just saw a comment here that another guys, use your uppercase cues so I need to know what to read. But I saw that another person saying something about cobalt blue. The cobalt blue glass, probably why we like it, is because it's very healing. So I don't remember what the composition of it is, what minerals or whatever are in it. Sorry, seriously, I'm showing you because I do this. I'm very real, okay? I'm not trying to put on for y'all. I've been out working in the garden. My nails are nasty. I mean, I've washed the outside of my hands, but I haven't had a chance to do any more. I'm trying not to get my fingers all over everything. And yet, dirt won't kill us, okay? I homestead and nomads. So, this morning, I've been working in the garden since what? 6? Something. Yes, Miss Leanna. You might have missed that first quick comment. Okay, these are pitted, so they have a little space in them. Okay. And no, I don't have any nuts here, but I'm taking care of protein with the goat milk cheese, and I have a kippered herring. So, okay, because I'm doing biblical again. I shouldn't say again. I'm just at the point of I healed so much with carnivore, but I can't continue to do carnivore without refrigeration. I don't want to give up all the space in my little cabin to refrigerators or freezers or great big solar stuff. My cabin's too small for all that stuff. So, and it's too much hassle and expense. All the above. So you know what? I'm just not going to do it. So, no, I have not made my kefir yet. Yes, I'm eating on camera in front of y'all. Goat milk cheese inside a date. That's what we're starting with. And then I'm going to eat kippered herring. So, I still am going to be... How do I explain it? Do you want me to explain it? You guys can read. You guys can come to conclusions on your own. I don't need to be a teacher. I could share what I'm doing. I can like encourage you to, continue your healing by going back to biblical if it works for you. Maybe it won't. But I think it would work for most people. So, okay. I've been working since 6. It's like, what, 9:30? 9:40. I'm hungry. My wheelbarrow has a flat tire. Silliness, but it's flat. So I had to use plastic 5-gallon buckets to carry dirt and plants across the yard to their new location. It worked. They seem heavy to me. And I don't like plastic buckets. I need a metal pail. Well, I wouldn't want I have one that's like a 1 gallon. I need one that's maybe a 5-gallon pail that's metal. The sun just breaks down all the plastics. So I went to pick up the bucket by the handle. Handle stayed on. But then I went to dump it, and it can't dump it. The bottom plastic is all cracking. I stuck the shovel in it one time. I heard it crack. So it's like all my buckets are just rotting, and I'm tired of buying new ones. So I'm probably going to hunt for a 3 to 5 gallon metal pail or something I can use instead. And yes, I need to get a tire for the wheelbarrow. I asked my son about it, but he didn't give me an answer. He was at work that day. Okay. Date with goat milk cheese. Goat milk cheese I got it from Walmart in an order somebody brought me, along with the dates from Walmart that I could order online that were in my local store. Okay, yum. It's so good. I'm not going to eat this in front of you, but I'm going to show you. I ordered these off Amazon as part of my biblical diet healing process. I believe it's beef liver. It says right there, beef liver chunks. For people, not for animals, although, my animals both of my animals kind of go nuts when they smell me open the bag. Doesn't taste really fabulous, but if I mix it in food or I just get it in and get it down and then have a drink. The gate's open. Go around. Go around. The gate's open. Go around. Mama didn't even close the gate. Well, you just want to go out that way. Wendy's giving me a moment. So anyways, but as part of my further healing health stuff, I got these. So like I said, you can mix them in food. You can do stuff with them. You stick them in your drink. You probably put them in coffee. I don't even know. But beef liver, I know it's good for you. It's sort of like having vitamins, but not having vitamins. And I don't have to worry about the messy liver and the how am I going to keep it without a refrigerator. Hang on a second. Wendy, do you want to say hi to people on the... Come here. Say hi, everybody, first. Say, hi, everybody. I'm pestering Mama to go out front. Something's out front. We heard a car and car doors this morning, but they didn't come all the way down here, or they would have tripped off my driveway alarms. So I never saw them, and I think that's what she's barking at as I hear that sound again. Okay, Wendy. Yeah, I hear it again. It's like a truck. And it's close. Oh no, that one's not. Sorry about that. That sound is a helicopter that she's barking at. Sorry. I just heard the mechanical sound. Anyway, the sun is not kind to plastics, not at all. So I'm just so done with buying more of this and more of that and replacing this and that and the other thing. I'm just done with that. So why keep doing it? So I'm going to be looking for a probably 3 to 5 gallon pail bucket that's metal. So I don't have to keep buying more. Crap, that hurts. I'm not taking my hair down and redoing it. Somebody complained that I did that the other day. Yeah, get over it, whatever. And I'm not trying to be mean either. Please don't take that mean. That's just, come on, guys. I've been out working since 6 o'clock. So, you're visiting, like your company came in on my morning. And it would be easier if you were here. But you're not, so that's okay. Here we are. That date was delicious. That was a good start. I didn't fill my water jug. Okay. Don't forget drink, but don't go crazy with drinking. That whoever decided it was, 8 to so many glasses, they didn't know what they were talking about. Drinking when you're thirsty and stop drinking when you're not. So let's see. Uppercase Q's, guy, please 3 uppercase Q's. So I'll read your comments out loud and talk about them. And questions too, or whatever. Okay. Oh, guck. Oh, I use cotton bandanas for all kinds of things. They're so easy to wash. And if it's hot out, I dunk them in water and stick them around my neck, right? I use them for washcloths. I use them for everything. There was a reason cowboys used them. Okay, I'm opening a can of chicken herring. No, I'm not exactly showing you that, but it's one of these kind of cans. And they've gotten expensive, but kippered herring I like. Many other fishes in the world I don't like. Plus, kipper herring is, that clean and unclean foods from Leviticus 14, is it? I think that's right. Leviticus 14. Anyways, this is a clean fish. So now I used to say I'm kosher, but I'm not Jewish. I don't know if that's the best way to say it. But I'm not kosher like kosher people. I understand the laws, and that's what I'm doing. Because I don't believe that God had a son here that was supposed to do away with the law. I thought he was supposed to enhance the law so we would understand it better and show us an example. Anyways, whatever. So, now I'm eating more fish. I can get these. I have not found whether I can get a case of these, but I happen to like these and I don't react to them at all and they keep really well. The only problem is that the cans are the pop top kind. And I have seen what happens over years with pop top cans. Okay. And yeah, I don't have a fork handy. Oh, I'm using one. It's my Cedar Summit long handle spoon that I have had since 2011 when I hiked on the Appalachian Trail. And I actually own two of these. Greg, who's in Houston now, gave me a second one. He didn't like it. Well, I don't know if he didn't like it, but he gave me a second one. So I have two. Sorry. I did talk with my mouth full. Okay. So, basically, I have the asparagus bed completely moved. You know what? The wind's blowing real bad outside. Let me check the signal. But we got a good signal. I'm walking to the door with the phone. Bear with me and let's just pray that we don't lose the signal. Okay? And let's go. I'll go show you the asparagus bed. Donna K, I just see your question, or your uppercase Q's. What are the spoons again, please? Yes, ma'am. C to Summit titanium long spoon. I bet you Beth will hunt them up. Oh, and sidebar. Oh, this fish is so good. What a nice change for some stuff. Sidebar to the spoon. They didn't have this when I hiked. I love garage grown gear. I've been trying to get motivated to do a video for garage grown gear. Okay? And I need to write them and tell them how happy I am with all the stuff I ordered from them. Now, I didn't spend a lot of money with them. I'm thinking I spent less than 20 bucks. But this is one item I bought from Garage Grown Gear. You'll never guess what it is. Or you might. It has this little knobby thing, has a little silicone. Can I pull it off? I'm not sure I can pull it off. It has a little silicone like elastic. Okay, it slides out. Okay, slides in the cover, and it slides out. It has a little silicone like rubber band thing. I can't get it off right now. I mean, I could, but I would have to mess with it. It fits in the hole on the handle of the spoon so that you could turn your spoon into a toothbrush if you're hiking, like long distance hiking. It works. I wouldn't buy this again. It's a little too gimmicky for my taste. And I have a little bit of trouble getting that little rubber silicone off. And the silicone, you're supposed to put the plastic part on the spoon and then put the silicone on to hold it on. But then I have to take it off every time. So it was fun and I like it and I'm used it, but I'm not going to buy that again. Okay. But Garage Grown Gear has all kinds of little tiny, ultra lightweight hiking, camping stuff that's cool. So that's just a sidebar. Okay. Another bite of fish. And then I'm going to turn the camera around, walk you out so you can take a look at the asparagus bed. Let's see if we can do that. I hope I don't lose signal. Okay, let's go. Okay. Okay, let's go. Yes, I have a kind of different way of getting out my doors. We're still working. Yes, I still have a lot of partially done things, but it's getting better. Look. Look. Whoops. Hold it where we could see it, right? Look at this asparagus with all of its beautiful seeds. And yes, will these survive this? They will survive, but all the fronds will probably die off. And I need to get them watered this morning as soon as I can. This is why my fingernails are so dirty. I've had my hands in here, and I've got to finish mulching, and then I got to come water it so that they get a good drink. And then they may die off, but they'll come back. And there were a lot of roots. So there's a lot in there. I'm sorry. I don't know that you saw all that well, but anyways, I got it moved. So the beginnings of the garden inside the fence again. These are just will be more protected from animals and stuff. And yeah, let me explain this after we go back inside, okay? Let's go back inside. Wendy, do you want to come back in? Well, I don't hear Wendy. Let's take a quick look. Oh, you're fine. You stay right there. She's been sitting on that bag of pellets looking at the driveway. I'll leave her alone. But you know, I'm working at my house, so I made seasick walking around. Okay. Woohoo! We're back. I should have grabbed the stuff to make an iced coffee. Nah, I don't want it. I'm gonna finish the fish. So, yeah, let's finish this. My stomach feels funny. You know what it is? I don't think it feels funny as in I don't feel well. I think I'm way healthier than I think I am sometimes. I'm wrapping the cheese so it will stay cool. It's still cool out. And I'm sticking it in a safe spot until after we're finished. And then I'll put it back in the cooler. I was up in the middle of the night. Wendy was all excited. I couldn't figure out what was wrong. And then I realized Whisker caught a mouse. And she wanted to go help. But I can't keep doing that. And now, y'all know to learn to listen to your body, right? I mean, that's a big key thing. Where's the ingredients? I think I checked. Oh, don't spill the juice. That would be gross. Don't spill the juice. On the bottom. Did they change any ingredients? I think it says fillet of herring, salt. Okay, I'm still good. Just double checking because it just felt that kind of awkward. Maybe it's just because I'm full. Because that was enough. I mean, I could eat another date. Or I could have a drink of coffee or something. But I didn't make coffee this morning. I might stop drinking coffee again. I don't know what I'm doing. Anyways, all right, let me go back a little bit and see what you guys are talking about. Oh, Beth's cat was watching the phone screen as I walked. That's funny. Oh, hi, Bernie. I see your name. Hi, Donna Kay. Looking forward to seeing my garden bed. I showed you. Were you able to see it good enough? I think it's a helicopter again. Every once in a while, I get these great big huge black military helicopters and they follow my ridge and I can see the guy's eyes. They're that close. But I think that's a helicopter I'm hearing. It's upsetting. Yeah, it is a helicopter. It's upsetting Wendy. Because it's so quiet here most of the time. And it may have something to do with either. Oh, I just broke a nail badly. Um, it's probably got something to do with this storm that's happening because they're talking about some pretty bad storm activity. Um, Wendy, it's okay. They're talking about pretty bad storm activity. Okay, so what am I using these for? They're going to go in the bathroom. Things like clippers and tweezers. I need better labels. I don't like these. But I just found out that you can get pretty labels on Amazon. That someday I will probably order them, but not yet. Yeah, that's a helicopter. But it's probably them checking for fires and for both fires and for what's happening with this big windy storm, because they were talking about tornado warnings or watches or something down in Phoenix and the I-17 corridor headed up to Flagstaff and all of that. I'm a little northeast of the red line on the National Weather app stuff. So, okay, well, I fixed a fingernail while we were talking. I fixed a fingernail. Okay. Oh, I just see this Beth's thing. Beth, mine is not a spork. Mine is actually a spoon. No spork. They make a spork too now, but and mine was titanium. But anyways, it's all good. All right, so what else is going on? Let's see. I'm hunting for what are the spoons again? I already did that. Looking forward to seeing the garden bed. Great. Okay, so did I show you what you wanted to see on that? We can see the trees blowing outside the window. Yeah, they are. And you can see the curtain thing flapping. Speaking of curtain thing. Yeah, did I tell y'all my son's coming to visit? September 1st, I believe, is their drive date, their leave where they are date. I think that's right. And I don't know if I can reach it. Yep, I reached it. Okay, so those little things have like Q-tips, nail clippers, a little bit of Epsom salts, hair ties, stuff like that. That's gonna go in the shower house. Oh, cool. Cool. Beth, I just see I gave the link to both the spoon and the spork. Cool. Thank you so much. So my son is in Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay. So, well, Maumelle. Anyway, so they were going to Harbor Freight the other day and he texted me, "What do you need from Harbor Freight? Let me bring you stuff." I was like, okay. So what I asked him for was more canvas drop cloths, the cheap ones when they're on sale. And I said, what I'd really like is 4 of them because they're 6 foot wide and 9 foot long. They used to be $4.99 when they were on sale. They're probably $6.99 now, but they're fabric. So they bought them. They're going to bring them. He was like, oh, that's easy to bring. No problem. And then I had to tell him about the wheelbarrow wheel. And I was like, I can't get to one of the big towns where there's a Harbor Freight to fix my wheelbarrow. Can you bring me that too? Because by the time you're here, I can maneuver until you get here. So, anyways, so they got the drop claws, and then I asked his wife if I was asking too much, but would she mind washing and drying them? And she was like, no. And I was like, good, because then they'll shrink. They'll do whatever they're supposed to do, because it's harder for me here to get them to a laundromat, wash them and dry them. Then where am I going to spread them out and make the mess to do what I want to do? She has offered to go ahead and hem them. They're going to be the drapes that come off this curtain. So she's willing to do that for me. I need to get the big tape measure back in here and measure how long I want them. But, okay, it's a 12-foot span. And so I got 4 of the 6-foot wide panels. And I'll just have her square them up and make them a certain height so that they're not dragging on the floor because it's too dirty here. And then I'll have her hem the top and the bottom. And then I'm planning on using that kind of curtain hook. That's a ring that goes on the thing and has a little clip. I hope I got enough. If I don't have enough here, I hope I can get more of those. But because I usually buy things that I know I can get more of. But anyways, so she's going to actually make my drapes for me. And she said, now don't forget to make them full enough to fit the whole window. And I said, well, thank you for thinking of that. But guess what? The window's only 12 feet. I really only needed 2 to cover it. But 4 is going to be beautiful. And she goes, oh, smart lady. And I said, yeah, I don't need the little tiny scraps. But when you cut the possibly 3 feet off that butt end, let's hang on to that for accessories and stuff here. And then I found, well, I was cleaning storage. I still have a fiberglass rooftop carrier that I had for a short time on top of the Ford Explorer exploder that I had years ago. Early 2019, maybe. Anyway, I use that for soft goods storage. Spiders can get in it. So like when I put clothes or blankets in it, I put them in a duffel bag that's zippered. And like my tent, that's a Walmart tent that's it's all in its package and zipped. That's the kind of thing that goes up in there. Things like my little mini fishing kit that I hardly ever use. Don't know if I really care about anymore, but that would go in there. Camp pads, extra hammocks, stuff like that goes in that storage. So I was cleaning that out the other day and then moving it because the guys finished the restacking the firewood and they finished the we used the materials I had because I had to do it that way. I couldn't afford to do anything better than that. So along my road, I now have 3 strands of barbed wire. I found enough more barbed wire that we might be able to go halfway with a fourth strand but that's all I got left. And so that might get done, but for now it's 3 strands. No, it's not the legal thing for now. I could sue a rancher if a cattle does something, but I have a challenging property to fence anyways. So just knowing that I can keep things from the road from coming in is a help. So that's what we've done. And then how did I get off on that? Because I was talking about the drapes. So cool that that's going to get done. Oh, because I was cleaning out that stuff, I found my old bag of fabric from where I had made the curtains. I had picked out this really pretty Waverly cotton print that I really liked. It was kind of greenish. When I in early 2020, when I had that minivan from Hawa, that was such a bad experience for me. That did not go well. I can't blame it on anybody specifically. That was a bad idea. I should not have accepted the help. I should have just waited on the great creator to have finished helping me. I should have just gone through the hardship. But I was so scared that I didn't have even a tent. And I wasn't going to be able to have a car because I had to put my car in the shop. Anyways, it turned into that cost me a lot of money. It ended up costing me personally more than $3,000. And I still didn't have a car because the engine was bad in the car that they gave me. And I had to sign my life away in order to do this. It was a whole thing. So I'm just saying that was a bad decision. I should have trusted Yahweh, the great creator. I should have trusted that over asking a friend for help. So I learned. I'm probably so like even this particular instance of not having my car again while the computer is down and whatever else. I have been guided in my knowing place to not ask for help, not ask for my needs, to wait for the great creator to bring the person to me who says, hey, I'm already going to town. Could I get something for you? Or, hey, do you need ice? Or, hey, right? So what I'm saying is that again, I'm being reminded, trust God again, okay? Don't trust your thoughts. Don't trust your feelings, because feelings are not truth. Thoughts are not always truth. Don't trust those things. Check them. Use that discernment, that wise discernment that we can ask for and be given. And so even in this time, I have waited. And sometimes I've waited right up until it hurts pretty bad. And it's been like, but it was the right thing to do. And then all kinds of things just come together when they're supposed to. And it's like, whoa, I didn't expect that. Oh, wow, this is cool. And the other day I shared with a couple of friends, probably Leanna was one. I was so overwhelmed with all of these like blessing things that were being thrown at me that I just was like, I got to take a deep breath. I'm going to go make a goat milk powder. I have goat milk powder here now in storage. So see, I'm not without anymore. So, because I've worked hard last month to make sure that I had enough stuff that I wouldn't be so stuck without food and things. I've been so blessed to have Justin Okay, he spells his name Justan. His mom was hoping she was going to have a girl and she was going to call it Just an Angel. So instead of Justan is the name, not Justin. So I thought that was cute. But anyway, so Justin has been great. He's got one of my post office box keys because he's in town often. So he just stops by and checks post office boxes. He'll text me and say, "Hey, do you need this stuff right away? I got stuff in the truck for you." And I'm just so blessed. I need to get him some money for gas. He didn't ask me for it, okay? But I feel like I need to give him money for gas. But he only has, is it Venmo? I don't want another thing. But he doesn't have Cash App or PayPal, and I have Cash App and PayPal. And he wants money in Venmo or in cash in his hand. And I forgot when I was able to go to the grocery store the last time, I forgot to get cash. So eventually we'll get him some money for gas. Because, and like he said, I didn't ask you for that. And I was like, I know, but I try to do my stuff. He got the tent. He's the one who helped. He's the one who did the fence and the firewood, him and his friend. And he got the tent and he's so excited, but he said he hasn't even unzipped it yet. So, and I gave him a couple other things that I was finished with, like an old sleeping bag. He's really tall. And that sleeping bag was a big, tall guy's sleeping bag. It didn't really fit right, and I was tired of fighting it. Well, not fighting it, but you know what I mean. So I was like, "Do you want this? You got to take it to the laundromat. It needs to be washed in a machine." But because the sand out here, and he was so glad to have it. And then I had a cooler that the handles had been cut off, and he wanted that really badly too. Um, so, all right, let me go check you guys' messages again. But I was cleaning that stuff, and I found my little packages of fabric from way back when I had the minivan, and I really liked that fabric, and there was still some left. I'm going to use that to make the valance for the window that's over the screen patio, and this window back here where I have the seashells lights. One of you guys, I can't remember who bought those. Cynthia, maybe? Skipper Doodle's sister. I think she bought me those. They're a little light. They're lights. They're really pretty. Well, anyway, so those two will get valances made out of that kind of greenish fabric. And then I'll do tiebacks for the curtains for when they're open. And then we'll do accessories with that little green fabric because it's still pretty. I still like it. So that's where that's going. All right, let me go check your messages again and see what's up for cues. Let's go back up here. I think I saw this one. Gave the link to both. So I read that one. Now, Bernie, your son, that's awesome. Prayer emoji. Yes, Bernie. By the way, buenos dias, mi amiga. How old are you? It's not your. I'm not an average being either. Welcome. I don't remember seeing you. How old am I? I'm 67. Um, and I am so healthy for 67 and having been diagnosed with something. I am grateful that I have had a diagnosis of autoimmune. It has led me to research how to heal myself, how to help other people with that. I can guide people with the knowledge that and wisdom I've been given. I can share what works for me, and sometimes it helps other people. And that's just wonderful. But I am not a teacher. I don't think I should be. All right. Beth. Oh, Beth is using the uppercase Q's to tell somebody that I'm 67. Is this open to anyone? Yes, it is. You just can't comment unless you're a subscriber. That helps my moderators not have to work as hard. And it's it's good for us. We're kind of a small, kind of gentle community. We care about other people. We work hard. We struggle. We're human. We share our basic humanity. I share my just being human with other people. Oh, and guys, my hair just got itchy, and I felt my bun back here slide. I cannot wait. I have got to wash my hair today. I got Wendy had a bath yesterday, day before yesterday. Oh, and she was just so excited. And then I brushed her, and I had to kind of close her in the house, or she would have gone out and rolled in sand, and that would have been a whole other thing. She was just so happy that day and played, and I mean, she's still happy. That's not, but I'll be the same thing because it's time to wash my hair, and I just haven't got around to it. When I'd like to wash it in the morning, it's been too cold. Because when I get up in the morning, I don't want to just go put freezing cold water on my head. I mean, I'll splash my face, I'll wake up, but I don't want to. And I don't know if you guys know, but the ants move around when there's a storm. I have asked one of my company that's on its way. I asked them if they would get me some ant poison. I didn't want to use poison. I've been using borax and diatomaceous earth. But I need something to kill the queen off. They just keep moving around. And just before a storm comes, the ants just move like crazy. Well, I can't keep them out of the house. I got little white powder everywhere. And then if it rains at all, even if it only rains, hang on. It's not here, Wendy. Even if it only rains for a few minutes, then you have to reapply the borax or the diatomaceous earth. So I have little white powder all over the place, on the porches, all around the corners of the house. They didn't get in the house. Yes, I heard another vehicle. And Wendy's barking at them. I should just sit still. The driveway alarms really do work, and one of them is down the road a little. And so if somebody actually was coming this close, they would set off that alarm. I need to change the sounds on the alarm. One day I'll do it, just not yet. It's been too much. All right, what was I talking about before I got interrupted? Because that was definitely a vehicle. 2 o'clock this morning was definitely a vehicle. 8:30 this morning, there was definitely somebody slamming a door. I don't know where these people are, but they're not on my property. Deep breath. God's got this, right? It upsets Wendy. I've been trying to teach Wendy some things. Sometimes she gets the enough command. Sometimes she doesn't. Like right now, she just wants to protect us. I don't know what I was talking about. Let me go see what else is. Oh, so Not Your Average Being was asking, is this open to everyone? Yeah. Be reasonable. Try not to be trollish. Use 3 uppercase Q's to have me read your comment and either answer a question or talk about a subject. I'll give you whatever I know about a subject within reason. Um, uh, my moderators will smack a troll if you're, being unkind or something. Um, I don't know what else to tell you about that. Somebody else can give you. Somebody else can give you stuff. I don't know. Beth. The Hawa experience was a trial and a learning step. Absolutely. Probably for more people than just me, but definitely for me. Well, I mean, I wondered if something like that would happen. I didn't really want to ask him for help, but one of my friends in the moment who no longer seems friendly, um, it's the same person who at one point wanted to be my emergency contact and then told me the only reason they were doing that was because if I died or got sick, they'd get my house. So they've kind of just gravitated away from me. Um, but they were like, but you have to call Howa. I was like, I don't want to. Yeah, I could call Sue Ann. I could call Sue Ann and see if she'd loan me like a couple $300 for a few weeks. And that's what I did. And it turned into this thing. And back then, my idea of boundaries was different. And I didn't stand up for myself as well as I should have. And so now I would not. I would say, yeah, God will take care of me. Let me take a deep breath. I can put a feeler out for something, but let me pray a lot and let me take a deep breath. And it might be right down to the last hour, and I'll figure out a way for it to be okay. Probably would have been a better. But sometimes you live and learn, right? Um, there's another, please use the uppercase Q's. Beth, I use Cash App and PayPal. Venmo is awful. Chime is also a PETA. Okay, thank you for giving me that because I do not want to. I know he told me he was on Venmo, but I was like, yeah, no. I think I'm either going to, I'm doing the same things you are, Cash App and PayPal. And I'm like, I'll just work it out so I can get cash. I just don't do it that way. Oh, when we get to praying about things, pray for Jess that has helped me with so much stuff. I don't know what's going on with him. I'm not sure I like his girlfriend. But whether I do or not, it's not my business. Um, I haven't heard from him. I sent him messages days ago. I haven't heard anything. And all the supplies are here to do my porch railing, and I haven't heard from him at all. So I don't know what's going on. Shadow Wolf, I see your name. Hey, Wolf, rather. Um, am I still on one tail end of your trip? You've obviously gone around. Well, you're up north, whatever. I've never been to those places. I don't. I don't do national parks. They just don't speak to me. I don't know why, but I just don't. I don't know. Oh, by the way, this afternoon I might get a girlfriend kitty for. Let me rephrase that. It's not I might. This afternoon, oh, this evening, they have church in the evening down here, the local church. I think it's 4 o'clock in the evening. So when they finish up with church, somebody's supposed to drop off a girlfriend for Whisker. How did that come up? Because I realize Whisker's a little lonely. Wow. Whisker likes to be on the roof. So he likes to hang out on the porch roof out front. But he's on the roof. At first I was like, what is that sound? I can't figure this out. Then I realized it was him. And when he goes to climb down off the patio roof, the screen part, my old cat used to go to the edge, feel down for the post, and then turn around backwards and climb down. This cat gets up there perched on the corner, and you see him like he's like a teenager cat, okay? He puts his paws down and then he just jumps. And one day he landed and rolled. And I was like, are you all right? He's fine. But it's like, it's what he's doing. But anyways, I think he needs, he was used to being around like, I don't know, 12 dogs and who knows how many cats. So I think he needs another buddy. He plays with Wendy. He won't let Wendy like take a nap with him or anything, but he hunts. He does a good job. So they're bringing me. How it came up was I think he needs a buddy, and then I got thinking about it. Should I go take him and have him fixed? And then I was like, you know what? A lot of people around here have cats and kittens. I need cats, and not a lot of people let their cats have kittens. I don't want a bunch of farm animals, but I need to keep cats here. And I got thinking about it. You know what? If I get a girl from a different litter, not related, why not? Cats only have a litter a year, generally. I was like, why not let it be okay? I can give cats away. So I'm going to let it be okay. And yes, I'm trying to save money. And yes, I don't have a car and whatever else. But since I've been having the ant problem, okay, so I asked the neighbors to bring me ant poison. Boy, are my hands dirty. Oh, that's because I just was digging in the dirt with you guys. I asked them to bring me the ant poison that will try to kill the queen for the ant hills. So, but because of the ants and the way they're acting out here, I can't keep a bowl of water for the cat. But I have the pond/bird bath. Okay, why do I call it that? Because it's too big to be a bird bath, but it's too small to be a pond. So it's a pond/bird bath. I think it's a 15-gallon, like, oval tub rubber farm tub that I got from Tractor Supply. I paid less than $30 for it, so it's a good size around. I used to stand in it when I would take a shower. I don't need to do that anymore. Anyways, it's out there, and the cat has been learning to drink out of it. Well, I want the water to be safe for the cat, and most cats like their water to be fresh, plus the bugs, right? I'm trying to keep the bugs from multiplying in the water. So I was holding off on it, and going, no, don't order it yet. Just wait till there's a good sale. Wendy's at the door. Wait till there's a good sale. Don't get it yet. I broke down. I had to buy a bird bath pond fountain that's solar. I got one that was on sale a few days, sometime this week, a few days back. It was a glass solar panel with the little thingies that keep it from like blowing around too much in a pond. And it has a place to store all the different pieces on the bottom of it so it all stays together. And because it's round, it floats. It keeps the pump from being in the dirty part of the water. So I don't have to worry about filter. Anyways, I just kept waiting and waiting, and one day there it was on sale for $15, and I said, I gotta get it because it's way better to keep the birds coming here, keep the bugs down. The dragonflies love that pond, and they come whether it's running water or not. But all of these things, lots of animals come to it. It's true. Yes, the bobcat came to it to drink. Yes. But at night, I close up the yard fence, and Wendy knows she doesn't get to go out anymore. Coyotes will drink out of it. I mean, things will. But with the fountain in it during the daytime, it will circulate the water. And I found I kept hunting for. I thought I had some old copper pipe here from old trailer projects way back. They're gone. I've been cleaning everything up, and I'm like, I can't find any more. If I had a copper pipe piece of elbow or something, I would have just tossed it in there, and I would toss one in each one of my water tanks. It helps purify the water. Um, but they're now making a little round disc that you can throw in your bird bath, and I found one for $6. So I bought both things. I figured that's close to $20. It's worth it because I won't have to worry about where the water lives for the cat. Plus, it helps the birds. You get it. So I went ahead and spent the money on that. And because I was starting to have a problem with the flies in the toilet, because my toilet seat was a $7.99 toilet seat from Walmart. And when Jess put the weather stripping on it, he didn't look it over. There were these big gaps so the flies could just get in. Not supposed to be like that. So I wanted one of these seats from a long time ago. It's a styrofoam outhouse seat. So in the winter, your butt's not cold. So they've come down in price for these. So I went ahead and ordered it. It was $32 or $35. So I'm going to be changing the toilet seat out. Before much company comes, I'll get this changed out. I was hoping Jess was going to be around, but I haven't seen him, so I don't know. But anyway, so I have this to replace the toilet seat. This will keep the flies out for sure because it's sealed. And then what you do is instead of opening a lid like a regular toilet, this just comes off. And then you put it back up. So it closes the hole really well. And I do have vent on the toilet. The last time Jess was here, he installed the solar little, it's like a computer fan. He installed that in there. So there's more ventilation in there. And I do have that lippet or whatever it is cap on the vent thing. One of you guys bought me that. It's up on the vent, the stink pipe in there. When I do the toilet seat for the other toilet, I've got a different cap for that one that will help with the ventilation in a different way. But anyways, the reason, okay, so this company is Separate. Where's here? That's the company name right there, Separate. Can you see that? Love this company. I years ago talked to the owner a lot. She wrote a couple of books. She was from Cape Cod. She was trying to figure out a way low budget to use and reuse her gray water and whatever else. And the year that Deborah Dickinson screwed with me, don't like her. Not in a hate way. That's not what I mean. She was so horrible to me. It was just horrible. I'd never met her before, but she's the reason that Al Christensen and Bob Wells stopped talking to me. And I don't know what she said to me. But anyway, so I had bought the camp toilet by this company that had a folding thing and a seat similar to this, okay? It was plastic, but it had a urine separator. My intention was to keep that until I had toilets like this on the property, and then that seat would become the toilet for there. Well, whatever this person did to me, or did around me, she cost me everything I had. I lost so freaking much gear and equipment because of what she did. I ended up having to give the toilet away, and I wanted it. It was I'm going to buy this $129 thing, and I'm going to have it for a long time because I take care of my stuff. Anyway, somebody else ended up with it, along with all the food I bought for, it was a whole thing. Anyways, so they make these toilet seats for outhouses. That one is more made for like outhouses or composting toilets. But they also make one with a urine separator that looks just like this, but it's it has a urine separator with a hose that comes with it, but it's close to $100. This was closer to 35. And then they have a really pretty white toilet seat that looks like a regular toilet seat with a urine separator on it, and you can get the bowl in gray or blue. I don't know if it comes in black now, I'm not sure. But anyway, and has the hose and everything. I really like that one, but that one's now used to be $120. Now it's 150 or $60. And so, yeah, I'd like one of those for in the shower house, but I couldn't justify spending the money, so I bought this one instead. And of course, the styrofoam for when you have to go sit down in the winter is a good idea. So it shouldn't go bad. And $35, it's more on a budget. And no, I didn't need a urine separator. My kind of composting toilets, you're supposed to be able to pee in them. And when they sit for the 5 months, they have to sit for 5 months above freezing temperature. And that's the cure thing. And then you take the compost out and go put it somewhere under a tree, something. And you use it somewhere because it's compost. Um, but the composting process needs the liquids too. So the way my barrels work, I'm not doing urine separation. Now, I have been concerned about that a couple of times because I was low on my pine pellets that I use. It's an airplane, Wendy. Wendy's jumpy today with all these extra sounds. That's an airplane. Can you tell yet? She looks so on guard. Can I show you? She's so on guard. But she's been hunting all night. Okay, good girl. You can rest again. There you go. I'm gonna turn this back around. So, yeah. So, so I'm not planning to do urine separate. Oh, I was telling you, one time I had a concern about that. I use pine bedding pellets that Tractor Supply sells. People buy it for like their horse barns and stuff like that. And the reason they use them, they're compressed pine sawdust in little pellets. But as a woman, we kind of pee in the toilet a lot more than guys do their number one wherever they need to do it a little easier. But those pellets, I found even when I was traveling, pellets like that, when urine hits them, they just become sawdust. This is great. You could do everything in the one spot and not worry about it. And for not separating urine, works really great. So I have used some sort of pellet, wood pellet, for a number of years, and it works really, really well. And I don't mind if I'm out traveling and it's in a trash bag and goes to a dumpster, because that's going to break down and be whatever. So that's what I use in my toilets. But I was running out when I first didn't have the car, and didn't know when I was going to get it anymore or how I was going to get it. So when somebody said that they were going to Tractor Supply and they remembered that I used pellets, and they asked me, because remember, this time I'm not asking other people. I was waiting to see what the creator was going to send me. And somebody called me and said, "Hey, I'm going to Tractor Supply. Don't you get those pellets like I use? Didn't I get that from you?" Yep. "Do you need some?" "Yes, I do, please. Can you get me 2 bags, please? I normally only buy one at a time, but please buy me two." Yeah, because I was running low. And so I did, appropriate things. I put a little DE, diatomaceous earth, in the toilet. I put a little uh, ash from having campfires, or cooking with charcoal. I put a little cold ash in there. I went out under the pine trees and got some pine duff and stuck in some of the composted natural stuff stuck in there. I did things, but it was like I was starting to go, how am I going to keep this? If I run out of stuff, what am I going to do? Right? Stuff that I'm used to using. So that's all. I've got one barrel is curing, and now I'm using the second one, and I'm expecting company soon. So pretty soon I will be trying to empty the first barrel. I've never emptied it yet. I know it won't be as easy and empty as I'd like, because it's half buried in the ground, so it's a reach down thing. But I'm so much, thank you, great creator, for how healthy and strong I have become. Thank you so much, because I'm so much healthier and stronger. And I have long handled shovels and things, and um, I ought to be able to figure out a way to get it out, and get it spread. I have an idea where it's going to go. I'm disappointed as we finished up the fence line along the road. I'm disappointed that basically 6 different trees were cut down right along the fence post. I mean, the fence line, that did not need to be cut. And one tree was trimmed way more than it needed. And another tree never even got trimmed at all. Part of it's still out technically in the road. And yet, there must be a reason that I don't know. And that kind of corner where those trees got lost is where I'm thinking about spreading the compost, and eventually just sowing some seed down there for grain, like millet, grass grain stuff, like millet, flax, maybe some encorn wheat, and just see what happens. See if it'll grow. Maybe that corner becomes that kind of a thing. Um, because it's kind of open right near the fence in that area. Of course, I don't know why that has been done that way, but that's what's happened. All right, I'm going to check for messages again. Don't forget your 3 uppercase Q's so I can catch up with y'all. Let's see. Okay, I read that one. Uppercase Q. Oh, hi, Jer. I didn't see you come in. I speaking of Jer, Jer still works. Jeremy still works for the shop. I checked in with him this. Oh, I he checked in with me. I checked in with him this week. Um, by the way, this week I got a text message from Stan. It said your computer has arrived. That's all I've heard from him. Then the next day, Jeremy got a hold of me, or however that happened, because I forgot now exactly. I don't want to be incorrect, but at the same time, I don't remember who called who or whatever. But anyway, so then there was the Jeremy thing, and Kelsey at the office at the shop sent me a message and said, your computer came in. And I replied to Kelsey. Okay, so I replied to Stan with a question mark, because all Stan's message said was, your computer is here. Okay, and that's why I put a question mark. So when Kelsey texted me, your computer has arrived, or something like that, your computer's here. I said, it feels like it's been such a long time. And she said, I know, right? I don't know any more about what's happening, but I think they're going to work on your car. I'll try to keep you posted. Then Jeremy and I talked, and I expressed to Jeremy my concern about the fact that I have lost confidence in not Stan's mechanical ability to build an engine, but in Stan's ability to make a good decision about my car and about other mechanics' abilities working on my car. Because I know things happen to older vehicles, but that's all I'm going to say. Anyway, so I'm just waiting to hear more. I have no idea anymore. I'm waiting to hear. So I'm still without a car. Hopefully, not the cross fingers thing, but you get. I've been asking, would you guys pray about this for me, please? I've been asking God for whoever works on my vehicle to fix all the problems that are wrong with it. Whatever happened to the air conditioner, fixing it so I can have a fully functional vehicle when I get it back for a price that I can afford to pay without a big hassle, because it just needs to be done with some of this. I also keep asking for wisdom and guidance on how to proceed with that, and especially how to, I don't want to, just like the other things, I got to wait on God to do what he's working on doing. And so I can't ask, so is my card. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to wait. There's a comment from Jeremy. Without uppercase Q's, I almost went by it. Your tracker is up and running. I don't know the details of what the old man is looking at. Okay. The old man is what Jeremy calls Stan. Okay. Yes, I am up early. Old work habit. Get shopping, laundry, etc. as early as possible. I love being at the checkout when the crowd hits Walmart entrance doors at 9. Oh, yeah. Iris. Woohoo, Jeremy. Okay. Iris again. What a great idea. I imagine the styrofoam will be warmer in the winter. Yes. That's part of what it's about. Uh, Beth, uppercase Q's. Please use the Q's, guys. That's really helpful. Um, Cats have an average 5 litters per year, 4 to 7 kids. Okay, people promote spay and neuter because over 5 years, a single pair and their offspring can create as many. Yeah, okay. I see that, Beth. That's not what I'm going to deal with, okay? If I have to get them fixed later, I will. But for now, let's. Okay, so. Uh, Jeremy. A, a lot of poopy talk. Yes, a lot of poopy talk. I see Shadow Wolf going. Bye, Shadow Wolf. Poopy. Yes, it was poop talk. But all my processes are so much easier, simpler to deal with here at the cabin. Just with all the ants moving around, with all these windstorms and crazy. I thought the roof was coming off the patio the other day. Wow, the wind coming up the hill from the south. Wow, that was crazy the other day. Excuse me. But because of the ants moving around with the, like I said, I'm getting poisoned, but because of the ants moving around, because of all the storms and everything else, I couldn't keep a bucket of water in the bathroom for like the brushing my teeth and doing like I had been before because they got in the water. And then I was like, poop. So I really need to get a faucet back in there. I have the stuff, just has to be done. Um, oh, one of those overwhelming blessing things. Somebody contacted me that in the hoarding mess that was left by their grandmother and her ex-boyfriend in the transition to, I don't know if the grandmother died or if she just moved on to like nursing home or care. Don't know the answer. But they had a brand new, they found in the pile, a brand new in the box wood fired hot water heater. I'm getting it. I'm going to buy it from them at an incredibly good price. I don't know how that's getting hooked up yet. Jeremy, from your viewpoint, I had some red for hot water and white PEX that I left at the shop. And I know that Tony had a bunch of PEX pipe at the shop too, but I'm going to need to figure out plumbing from the hot water heater to the shower house so that this fall and winter I can have hot showers. Hey! Which means I might be able to go back to like having a hot shower or like I wanted to this morning, washing my hair early in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning because I could start a fire and have a hot shower. This is going to be incredible. So I'm going to need some PEX. And I have like some brass faucets and stuff that I've been hanging on to. So I have a bunch of plumbing supplies. I have a PEX tool. But I'll need help with that. I'm tired of paying for things. I'm tired of working on things, but I'm not done either. And I'm close. And I'm close enough that I'm not horribly worried. I hope I don't have to pay plumber prices to get this all hooked up. Probably not. But come on. I understand that Jason and Melinda's engine, I think, is back installed in their truck. That was in Kingman where they broke down. They said they should be here within a week. They're going to rebuild my new to me grill and get that painted. So that's all working. And I don't know what else they're going to do. I know they're planning to be here a little while. Don't know what that means. And that not only will they have Kulshin, their regular dog, who is I think their regular dog is a white um, um, retriever, like a golden retriever, but instead of being like gold, it's white. But they have a new dog, and they're fostering it for a military family, but it may permanently be theirs, and it's Pyrenees. So they're gonna have two big dogs with them. That's okay. I Because Justin was able to get the firewood moved and restacked for me. It's as neat as we could do with the stuff I already had here. Would it be nice if that was a woodshed? Sure. Maybe in a few years that can happen, but for now, you can finally drive over there again. So I was able to basically that already leveled campsite is basically ready for them. It's not in what I would consider perfect shape. Okay, what would make that campsite perfect, in my opinion, would be if I was able to get some of those orange fiberglass stakes that they use for marking driveways. I would get a number of those and mark with the space that I would like people to use as a campsite space. I might put rope between them, something. But you get so that I would be defining the area that to me says campsite, because I had people go in there, back into my trees, and then started just cutting the limbs off the trees. There's no reason to destroy my tree. I don't care if my trees are half dead. They've been here for hundreds of years. Don't touch them without asking me. You know, so if I was marking the area that I intend for you to use as a campsite, I believe I would use those orange stakes. Now, what could I do cheaper without buying them by using something I already own here? Well, first off, I don't have that much rope. I had a rope for doing fencing and road work, but somebody cut it. Okay, so I could use that. It's blue. But what else could I do? I could get a couple of these dead trees that are laid over, cut into log shapes, and use the logs with something in them that you could tie rope to go around. That would be cheaper and define the area. That's what I'm getting at, is I want a space defined enough so I don't have to, I have less to manage when people come to camp, because that's defined. You want to camp right there. That's where it is. That's the space you get to use. Please do not use a campfire without asking me, because the campfire's over there in a safe place. You want to use a campfire, go over there. Now, if you cook on a campfire, talk to me, because I am not trying to have you start a fire around here that like takes off. I want that responsibility for being careful with fires. So, but most of friends, if they're overlanders or whatever, they know what they're doing and they'll be careful. But there's some people, you have to define some things for people. But anyway, so you can get into that leveled camping site now. It would be nice to, I've said this before, it would be nice if I could put a 55-gallon drum of water over there for my and make it an actual campsite where here's what you use, and put up a couple of posts that would be like, if you want to put a tarp up for shade, use these posts, with eyelets on the top or something. But to make it so that it's like, don't just do something without asking me. Here, I got it set up for you, kind of thing. That would be better. Anyways, I'm yakking. But okay, let me go see what y'all got. Beth. All good, Shadow Wolf. I brought her back. Oh, okay, somebody. Okay. Just a plain cushioned seat for a 5-gallon bucket. Oh, they have those. They have 5-gallon bucket liners too. And they make up an insulated liner that turns a 5-gallon bucket into a cooler. Some of those things are kind of nice. Okay. I see Beth's praying for the tracker's final resolution. Please, please, please. Bernie said, yes, yes, yes. We come in agreement with you. Waiting is the key for we have a plan and creator has a purpose. Yes, exactly. Beth. Laughing, smiling, grinning, toothy grin emojis. I know you'll do the right thing with your kitties, just putting that info out for other viewers. Thank you so much, because I was wrong on that. For some reason, maybe it's the people who gave me Whisker said that cat that had those kittens, she only has one litter a year. And so that might have been where I got that from. So sorry about that. But we'll see. Anyways. And then I see, okay, more uppercase Q's. Oh, Beth. Yeah, the congratulations emojis about the wood-fired water. Yeah, for me, because with my history of being allergic to propane, I just don't feel safe having propane here without somebody visiting me often enough that the other person could catch a leak or a problem. If somebody was like living here all the time and they were going out and I went, what is that funny smell? And I can't, no, I can't think. And, you know, they would go, what funny smell? In the bathroom. Oh, they would probably go, oh no, the propane for the hot water heater, or something. That's my imaginings about that situation. But with me all by myself, psh. Oh, Jeremy, I see you saying I'm going to need a pump. Yeah, guess what on the pump? So the same people were talking about, oh, I've got all these pumps. And then they went, oh, wait a minute. No, that poop head of a guy that was here the other day took every water pump I had. The little tiny ones, the big ones, that guy, and he didn't even pay us for any of those. They're so angry. And I know who the person is. You need to pray about that. I'm not giving a name. I won't give detail. But I'm just saying, pray about that too. That guy is becoming a big problem for people, okay, people similar to me that are low income and don't have it to just give away. Okay? He's just taking advantage of people all over the place. Somebody will be working a deal with somebody about something. He'll find out about it. He sneaks in and takes it away from the person who was going to buy it and that really needed it. And then he doesn't do his, okay, he offered to barter in exchange for doing something. Oh, in exchange for some tools and some other stuff that were left behind in some deal, he was going to fix an ATV for a lady who walks with a cane or a walker, can hardly walk. He took the stuff, never has ever come back or helped, and never has mentioned fixing the ATV. And from my prior knowledge, I don't think he has the skill to fix it. So that guy, it's becoming a problem. it's becoming a big problem. And it's just becoming a big problem. So I don't know how to pray about that exactly. But on the pump, they were going to give me a pump or sell me a pump along with the tank. But now it's not going to happen like that because they're going to look for one. But I'll know more about that water heater on Thursday. Iris. So very happy for you, Lesa. Prayers that Wendy allows for fur friends hanging out. Oh, Wendy already knows the original dog. Wendy's best friend, Farkas, is a Pyrenees. They met when he was a puppy, and it's one of her favorite dogs to play with. Farkas doesn't often come here when they can run. The issue I'm going to need to be careful to monitor is I can't let these big dogs be inside my yard fence because one, I'm not cleaning up their poop. And two, I'm going to need their owners to use poop bags and let's dispose of dog crap in appropriately. I have, so that batch of company's coming. Then I heard about another batch of company coming in a few weeks. They're still struggling with the heat in Quartzsite to finish a project. Then they're going to go to Flagstaff, and I'm like number 3 on their stops of their trip. Then there's another person that said they were coming by, but I think I saw that they were in Wyoming recently. They drive a lot, so I don't know when that person's coming. But then Joshua is bringing his wife and the daughter, and that's in early September. So that's all coming right up. I'd really love for Jess to be able to come and do the porch railing like in the next 3 days. That would just be fantabulous. And I did figure out what I'm going to use for, you know how porch railings, it has a 2x4 or something across the top, one across the bottom, and then you often have slats inside of it, okay? I can't afford to buy more lumber for slats. We were talking about using juniper branches and making a pattern. I'm willing to start with using that black plastic hardware cloth that I have instead. And maybe we'll just leave it that way. I don't know. But for me, I think that's a good idea to just use that. It's plastic, whatever. But it's the new kind of hardware cloth that is black and is little tiny squares. But it would allow Wendy to see out. It will kind of keep her in. It will keep us a little different protected. It'll keep the cattle off. I've already got it. I'm always saying use what you've already got. I've already got it. It's already paid for. And it would be a simple construction to get that porch finished. And I know Jess was sort of like, well, I got to cut those 4x4s. And I was like, yeah, I have a Sawzall. And he's like, yeah, but if I take them home, I can just zzz on this saw and it's all done. And I'm like, I have a Sawzall. You have a Sawzall. I have cut 4x4s by my little tiny trim saw that we've built so much with here. I've taken that little saw and cut one line, turned the thing, cut another line, made sure that I made good lines to follow, cut all 4 sides all the way around, and then finish it with a hacksaw or a sawzall. And I'm like, I know it takes it's a little bit longer time, but I don't have trouble doing it that way. So I don't know what's up with Jess, but I got the 2 4x4s. Home Depot picked them out. They're not perfect, but you know what? I'm going to use what I've got. And I got thinking about it the other day. People use Bondo When it comes time to paint the porch, if I'm going to paint it white, like I had intended to paint the front porch stuff all white and leave the back as the pressure treated look, that redwood look. Um, we could just fill those cracks with putty or bondo or something and then paint it white. I'm just not going to worry about it. It's not like it's structural. My stuff's all standing up fine by itself. So, anyways, that's that conversation. So Wendy will allow the fur friends. I just gotta make sure. Oh, I got to make sure that I communicate carefully that we're picking up dog poop and that we have one location where dog poop goes. So it may have to be one of these plastic buckets for now that's, dry rotting. And that's okay. But I know where I want it. I've always wanted it over there, kind of where my fly bag is. Um, and I saw something on Amazon the other day. They have, I don't know if it's coming out of China. I need to look where it's coming out of, but they have this little red fire hydrant that's metal and you can stake it in the ground. And it's a trash can that you can open to put dog poop bags in, full dog. That would be so nice for when I have company, that there's a place. I don't know, but I don't remember how much it cost. It probably was $50 or something, and that's a little expensive today. We can start with a plastic bucket, and I'll put an old chunk of cement block in the bottom so it's heavy and the wind can't knock it over. And we'll just put a snap lid on it and say, all dog poop bags in that bucket. Because I don't want to deal. Okay. Beth. Mustard Pyreneed needs a different permanent home. I still need a Pyrie if they don't keep her. Oh, girl, there are so many Pyrenees in this area where I mean, all the time. We get annoyed with a couple of families out here in this particular area closer to me. We get annoyed because they don't care well for their dogs and they just have puppies and have puppies and have puppies. And then they're like, somebody needs to buy these. Well, people can't afford to buy dogs here like they can in some places. And then they don't take care of them because they're lower income. And a lot of times these new people coming out here, coming from the city or from California or from Phoenix, and they don't know how to be out here. And then they realize it's expensive to be out here. Expensive, or you got to know how to work hard, right? And so there's this whole, you know, we go back and forth, but there are a lot of Pyrenees. Jeremy, gotta go get into the boat. Ready? Oh, great, Jeremy. Have fun with that. I know Jeremy. Let's pray for him too. He's got a goal of getting that boat in the water before the summer finishes. So he's trying to get that where he can get it in the water. Wow, Jeremy, that boat sounds grand. He's been working on it. Bernie, it's been known for government tree cutters feel they can go further inland without asking, even if it's not affecting wires, etc. of the government. Yeah, in my case, the government was not involved in this clearing for the roadway. I was involved. And the deal is I had the survey done here. And you work with the survey markers and the easement for my private property, not everybody's. Some people are in ranch communities. I know one of the ranches, most of their easements are 10 feet. But they're all different. Don't know why exactly. But I'm on private property, not a ranch community. My easement footage is 30 feet. So my fence gets to be put here. The property line is here, which is the middle of the road. The other owner on the other side has a 30-foot easement as well. all 60 feet can be cut by anybody, but you can't take the wood. And so the wood has to be pushed off to the side. There's another piece of that I'm not going to say, but anyways. But so I had the 60 feet. No, I hired a guy for a barter price to pull a string from one easement post to the other easement post, and then to cut my half of the easement road, only the 30 feet along where my fence needed to be. One, he wouldn't run the line. Two, and he argued with me the whole time, and then he threatened me. And he finished, but he left me stumps. So he cut all the 60 feet. He cut things that didn't need to be cut because my fence line was in the right place. Well, the fence line wasn't in the right place, but my posts were in the right place. The two on the ends. And then the other landowner on the other side didn't put his fence in the right place because he never had a survey. And he just kept saying, "You're wrong, you're wrong." I got survey markers in the ground. 30 feet from here is here. End of story. So I wanted just my part cut. It's wide enough for somebody to drive in, and then the other side could get cut at a later time. This guy came in and he cut the whole 60 feet. He cut more in places where that guy had a fence. He cut things in weird ways, like he just whacked off a branch and whacked off something else, and then he took probably 4 loads of firewood, like truckloads of firewood out of here. It was a whole thing. And I should have gotten the wood from my trees. I can take that wood, it's mine. But the wood from the other guy's side is his wood. Well, I should have gotten mine. He put all my wood against the other guy's fence. And I can't drag those logs, and I don't own a chainsaw, and I don't cut wood like... So I got rid of him. He's not... And the last conversation I had with him was, and I would prefer that you never, ever come down this road again. If I see you coming anywhere close to the road that comes to my house, I will call neighbors who pack, and I will have them come, because I don't even want to talk to you without somebody else there that's got a gun. So that's the way that went, and that's over with. But so in that 60 feet, there's stumps and stuff, but it's all cut. Why was I talking about this? Anyways. Oh, the tree cutter thing. So the government didn't have anything to do with it. I did. But the guy cut things he didn't need to cut. And because he wouldn't string the line, he cut those 4 trees, 5 trees on my side of the fence that didn't need to be cut. And a year before that, somebody else had come in and said, "No, the road doesn't belong there. The road belongs way over here." And it was way on my land, like 60 feet onto my land. I was like, "No, I know where the survey markers are." No, that's not true. And then I was gone. I come home. He had pulled up a tree or two. Anyway. And no, I couldn't afford to sue him. Sometimes you just have to let these go and just know that God's plan, I don't know what it is, okay? Does it annoy me sometimes? Yeah, but sometimes, you know what? I need to stop being annoyed because somebody got control, just not me. Anyway. So, all right. Oh, absolutely control the poo. Yes. And I don't want the dogs inside the yard fence because it may not be finished landscaped in this moment, but It will be finished landscape. And I hate when a big dog tears up all the work I've done and then I have to do it over again. And it's so freaking annoying. I just don't want to do that. So I'm going to tell him, hey, can we keep the big dogs outside? Wendy can play with them outside. It's fine. Wendy runs around outside all the time. It's fine. But can we keep them outside? I can't do the big dogs inside thing. I mean, come on. Even Jess's little tiny pug who is the same size as Wendy, but he weighs like a million pounds. He's so, not a million, I'm exaggerating. He's so muscular. He just weighs. He came in and he ran straight through the screens on my new screen porch. And Jess got one of them repaired, but he didn't repair all of them. So that's kind of like, yeah, I don't want to keep doing that either. I can't afford to keep doing that. Deep breath. So many Pyrenees, so far from me. Got it. Got to figure out a solution. I just got 16 more chicks. Half barred rocks. You know I love them. I need a livestock guardian dog. I've got a bald eagle. Gotcha. All right. All right. Good for you. Damn wood thief. Yeah, something. Something. That was, yeah, don't cross my path. That guy, just keep moving. That's Bernie saying that's sad. There's a woman who said the government also went to part of her land and cut down 100-year-old trees and berry bushes. She was so hurt. I saw tears come down her cheek. Yes, Bernie, I'm so sorry this happened. I'm with you. Yeah, I'm sorry it happened too. I would have preferred to have kept the trees that were mine, but there must be a reason. I mean, it's so clear on that end. And this was such a wooded place. You guys probably don't even have a clue how wooded this was. It was like crazy wooded to get in here. And now, when I go out to the front of that driveway and those trees that are gone that would have been inside my fence line, I just shake my head with, like, oh, I'm so sorry. They didn't have to be cut. And that guy who interrupted, I hired a guy to fix my driveway for me a long time ago. This guy's since passed. While I was gone shopping, I mean, I trusted him and his son to be here and do what I asked him to do. I was gone shopping. I came back and I couldn't get into my property, okay? While I was gone, that property owner, who also passed away, had come and said, so I know Lesa doesn't have money to pay you. I'm going to pay you money to do my fence. So you do what I want you to do, not what she told you to do. And he talked them into changing where my driveway was. And in that process, they cut 2 trees. And they put my driveway, back when I had the white driveway fences, I was trying to be nice about that, but that fence was not where my driveway belonged at all. And it was sort of one of those silly things that won't matter until, 50, 60 years from now. But like the one road came down to a corner and my driveway was in the corner. Why would you do that? You got to go up a little bit and then go in somewhere. I already knew where it was supposed to be. I'd already put it when I did all the registering of my property and the survey and all of that. I defined for the county where the driveway was going to be. And these guys were just changing and doing whatever they wanted to do. And so that really pissed me off. But anyways, both of those guys are dead. That's old history. Moving on. And yes, trees here, even though they might only be 15 foot tall or 20 feet tall. Now, I'm blessed. I've got some 30, 40-foot piñons. But these trees are hundreds of years old. I had a camper one time. I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning and I'm hearing this thunk, thunk, thunk. I step outside. I didn't have the cabin then. Step outside. This guy with an axe cutting my trees. Oh, it's dead wood. It's a fire hazard. Did you freaking ask me? I think you need to leave. And then it was, I ain't leaving. What are you talking about? Bob Wells says I can do anything I want to do. Bob Wells is not here. Bob Wells did not give me my property. God gave me my property. It's my. Oh, don't get me started. So, yeah. Okay. Oh, yeah. Akitas. I see that comment about Akitas. Yeah, Akitas are something else. But then so are Yorkies. Or so are. I had 1 year, maybe for about 3 years. I had a chow. I lived in a trailer park in Hampton, Virginia, that was really close to an SPCA. People would just drop dogs off all the time. Well, one morning, this chow showed up, and she decided I was her person. And I had that dog right up until she finally bit my ex-husband when he hit me, and he shot her. And that was the second animal he had killed. And I knew he would kill my children. So eventually I left. Oh, yeah. Anyway. And no, I've never gotten married again. I guess God hasn't wanted that for me. But I've always had it in the back of my mind that once he dies, if something came up, I might be married again. I'm not dead yet, but whatever. Yes, Beth. So we're done with those stories for now. Uh, I feel so blessed. The hot water heater. Wow, that's a big deal. That's Thursday. Um, oh, I feel so incredibly blessed that the asparagus garden just changed this morning between 5 and 9:20, because it was 9:20 when I said I know I got to go get the live ready for these people. So that's, yay! Yay! Whew. They say dogs sense the what was it? Good in people. Oh yes. And yes, Iris. Amen, Bernie. Yep. Yep. Oh wait, let me go back. I missed something. Damn, no further comment. Okay. My ex shot my Akita, didn't die, so he drowned him. He was happy to tell me all about. Oh, I'm so sorry. Oh no, Iris, that's horrible. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. Oh. Well, that's like what happened first. Before the chow, what had happened with my cat. And I won't give details on that. I had a long haired white cat that was blind, and it had a kitten. And that's all I'm going to say. Oh, can I give you guys? You need a Nope, I can't. I was like, can I give you guys hug emojis? I can't. You need hug emojis, Beth. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, I knew about your little one, Iris. Yeah, I'm seeing that. Beth, there's a special place in hell for these exes. I hear you, girl. There's a, I don't know, there's a special something. I don't think that some of those people would be the one. I imagine that some of those people would be the kinds of people that would wait until they know they're dying, and then that they might say, oh, by the way, God, I understand you and I love you. And so I'm going to heaven. And I bet they'll be a little bit surprised when they end up somewhere different. Although I don't think they're going to hell. I just think they're not going to anymore. Because hell's for the fallen angels, because they can't die. But, anyways. All right. We've been 2 hours. I had breakfast with you. I'm feeling the need to get ready to go. So let's start closing this up for today. And I'm feeling the need that I need to go water the asparagus that I moved before it gets any more sunny out. I'll put a little more of that top mulch that was on the old bed. All of the dirt and everything that I put up on that asparagus bed came right out of where they were living. So they should do fine. Yes, the fronds, the tall part, will probably die off and fall, and that's okay. And then that little one with all of the seed pods on it, those seeds will dry up and will fall off into that garden bed. So all of that's good stuff, but I need to give some water to go along with what I've done. Put a little bit more of that old straw mulch back on top. And then I'm going to, I don't know what I'm doing after that yet. But I'm going to do that much. And that's what I'm feeling like it's about time I go do that. Then what else? I don't know what else. So we'll come back here next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. We will maneuver whatever's going on in life. Pray for each other. Pray for our pets and animals and loved ones or whatever we need, right? Y'all may have a thought that comes to you when you get ready to pray for somebody. Just do it. I didn't see Catherine out here. I know that Homer was supposed to be having surgery soon. Forgot what day. Oh, I heard that Camper Van Kevin had a stroke, but he was on his way back home. Y'all know Al Christensen that passed, died. Um, Evidently, he had a UTI and he didn't take care of it, and it turned into septic or septis, however you say that. So don't take those things lightly. That's what his sister said. Uh, do your best. And remember this week something that I'm going to work on remembering this week, okay? Let's remember me. I'm talking to me too, okay? Let's remember that we're already healthy and strong and confident and beautiful. If we want to be thin, we're thin. If we want to just be healthy, because God blessed us with them. And so let's be grateful and thankful for our diseases and for what they teach us and what we can share with others. And let's work a little bit on, me especially, work a little bit on our relationships with others and our community at large, whatever that is for us. And let's begin to bless over our food again. And let's begin to eat with others and share our meals with others again. It's on my mind. Okay? Um, y'all have a wonderful, wonderful week. And yes, we will be back here again 9:30 a.m. or as close as I can get to it, depending on what's going on. Um, Sunday mornings, 9:30 a.m. Arizona time. Just adjust that for wherever you live. Come back, bring your questions, your comments, your prayer requests too, because we will pray for each other. Yes, please continue to pray for Donna Kay, Leanna, Howard, Leanna's friend, Scarlett and Scott, neighbors of mine. Justin, evidently Justin has a girlfriend interest. Okay, he doesn't have a girlfriend. He has an interest that could become a girlfriend. Pray for him. He's really tired. He's been working a lot lately. Like I said, pray for Jess. Pets. She's so fun. Pray for Beth, Mary. I don't know who all else needs. G up in Oregon. Mike and his family, the mechanic from Nevada. I don't know who all else to put on the list. Somebody asked me to pray specifically for them, but I forgot who it was. My friend Dee Dee here locally. Anyways, and y'all have a great week. We'll see you next week. Same bat time, same bat channel. Ciao. Bring questions next week too about this biblical diet stuff that I'm kind of looking, researching one more time again, however you say that. If you want to know more about that, bring questions about that specifically, but lots of things. Okay? And hugs and love to all of you. Later. Ciao.